or do you go into like fucking hidden history? Do you ever get into that?
Oh, I get into all of it, man. The pyramids were power plants for sure, but like the Bieber stuff too. I did make a whole episode on that, so I actually kind of roll deep on the Diddy Bieber
Okay.
stuff as well. So
Before we get into that,
we can go either way, whichever way you
my
want.
new theory is this.
Let's hear it.
So you, I don't know if you've seen, but they're talking like 300,000 illegal immigrant children missing right now. They don't know where they went.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yes.
I believe these are the new orphan trains.
Fuck.
Well, where are they going? Where are they being sent to?
That's the question. Do we know where they're going to? But these are the new orphan trains. You remember they would just rip kids from their parents, send them to here,
Yeah.
to repopulate and reorganize and do all this stuff.
Re-educate.
I think that's what they're doing right now. These are the new orphan trains. They are stealing children from their parents and send them to God knows where to do God knows what. And nobody cares because of these apex predators.
The number could be like devastatingly higher too, because I remember there was a story that came out about a year and a half ago about Homeland Security losing 89,000 children, refugee children that had come in, like just gone. And I never saw a follow-up on that. So I think they're still gone. I mean, gone. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the Pentagon, they were like, dude, a huge number of people at the Pentagon were busted with kiddie porn and nothing happened.
Yes, they fucking were. Yeah, a bunch of
nobody
computers.
cared.
Probably just doing some deep research, right, Sam?
Yeah, who was the guy from the Who was like, I was just investigating. I was trying to show how.
Hey, have you looked into that? It's pretty. It seems like he could have been framed, stitched up. There's a lot to that. I mean,
What do you mean stitched up? Is that what the term is called?
That's
when you get set up, it's stitched up.
Yeah,
Stitched
that's I think it's a chiefly British term, but yeah, there's a lot to that. It sounds like he was doing some, like, the cops found the evidence on his computer, but he had never visited any of the websites. They got him because his card had been billed, and he claims that he was doing research, and they could find no proof that he actually opened any of it or had any images ever. So yeah, I mean, I believe what you will, but it
has always been a scary concept to me, because that is a quick, surefire way to just get someone out of the picture. You know what I mean? FBI pops into your house there real quick. Not that they would ever do anything like that, but toss a couple files on your computer, and that's about that.
It's just crazy how, like, you kind of look back at how people were treated. I always say this about Chris D'Elia. He was just born at the wrong time. When he was like Snapchatting with those 17-year-olds, and who knows what actually happened with that. I mean, he says he wasn't. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, going back to the Me Too shit, I mean, you go through most of those stories, they're all women over 21, over 18 years old that, and it's just like he got annihilated while Jerry Seinfeld's just on the cover of People magazine with a 17-year-old with double D cups.
Holy
and everyone's
fuck.
like, damn, those titties aren't high school. and he just moved on. It's just crazy to me.
Holy fuck. That one got me, Sam.
It's so crazy to me.
High school
it's crazy.
Musical.
It's just like the way the view of like how they used to act with high school chicks, and how it's now. And like how they're like trying to no, dude, it's still cool, man. And you're like, no, dude, it's traumatizing.
Yeah.
It ruins people's lives.
Do you think that has to do just with like people died way younger back then, so they were trying to just get that shit going as soon as possible? Like, it is an interesting thing. It's a terrible topic to go down because no one wants to fucking touch it with a 10-foot pole. But it's like, what the fuck happened there? Because it was a very normal thing, and then it's like, and I mean, obviously, I am a modern man, so I abide. But yeah, you look at, I mean, Jesus Christ, you don't even have to go that far back. I mean, let's be real. In the 90s, R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was fucking 13 years old. And everyone knew. It's not like it was a secret. Everyone fucking knew. Everyone was just cool with it.
Go back,
like, Jesus.
Who else was it? There was like some famous actress. Oh, by the way, Taylor Swift loves banging. She was dating 17-year-olds all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, how many of these Swifties hate Chris D'Elia but love Taylor Swift, who's doing the exact same thing?
How old was she?
Um,
She's
I don't know.
ageless. She's
No, but there
ageless.
was a meme. She was like 23, 24,
Oh, that's yeah, that's yeah, that's way too
21.
old. Yeah.
But it's just like my whole point is that we just have different rules for different fools.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. That's
There's no hard
pick
rule.
and
That's why,
choose.
yeah, that's why I never take political correctness seriously. It's just like if you show me that the only rule I take serious is Jews don't call each other kikes. That's it. You never hear them call each other kikes. I go, okay, I'll respect that rule because you're the only one who does it. You follow your own rule.
There it is. I've never heard that one.
Every other person breaks their own. Like, hey, don't say that. Then they're calling their best friends it. Hey, don't do rape jokes. And every fucking cute 21-year-old comic has got, she's got the starter kit: abortions, I hate my dad, black dick, and rape joke. That is a kill Tony hot chick fucking starter kit right there.
That's standing ovation type stuff
Yeah,
on Netflix, baby. Yes.
You're so brave and
So
edgy.
brave.
So brave. So edgy. Right?
Yeah, he was 17 and she was 22. It's a Reddit article, so I'm not gonna pull it up.
Yeah, but there's some other ones too. It wasn't just one person. She's done it a couple times.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's funny. Hey, I never even heard or thought of that because no one talks about it. But it's like the exact same. You are correct. I mean, it's pretty close.
Oh no, look, you're right. Look at no, you're right, Sam. Look at this one. She said she was Taylor Swift dated.
That fucking guy, the werewolf guy.
And then,
nice.
And then she dated another guy at 17 when
That's
she was
One
23.
Direction guy. There you go.
And
yeah,
then
she gets around, girl. She gets around. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. And again, like I'm just,
bango.
I don't think. I mean, well, you know, a 23-year-old girl emotionally versus a 17-year-old boy.
Facts. No, man, facts. They're fucking.
Johnny's just frozen on us with a thumbs up. He's loving this pedophile talk. Oh, there you go.
That thumbs up thing. I don't know why it does that.
Okay.
but going back to Bieber, you know, just like how we treated Bieber so poorly.
Bro, I feel so bad now, honestly, bro. It's funny you say that because I do think he got fucking interfered with, man.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Like there's someone called a penalty flag. Bieber, rapper, interference on a 17-year-old. And you know, so
red flag. Yes,
and what's interesting is like how his parents for a very long time were just seen as these like savvy like business people, and then you realize they're just scumbags
selling their son out straight up,
just like all the other stage moms and dads.
It's a sad story, man. I look at his body posture. There's a couple interviews now that have come out, and you see he's like pretty averse to touch. You see, it seems like even his there was those clips of Haley and him that went viral about a year ago. And I remember being like, what a dick. He's not showing this girl love and all that. I piled on like the rest of the internet. And I look at it now and I'm like, ooh, man, that's a trauma kid right there. And even if you go deep on it, there's little clips from some of his music videos where he has random names written on the wall and stuff. There's a lot there. It's quite a good rabbit hole to go down. Obviously horrific content, but yeah.
What's really interesting is how I felt he sold his music catalog for not a lot of money. You think about how big
he's like,
I'm
done with this. Get me out, right?
He sold his catalog for $200 million, which to me
is that all he sold it for? Holy
yeah,
fuck.
I mean, like it didn't seem like a lot. Johnny, look
Holy
it up
fuck.
and fact check me and tell me I'm wrong. But
I think that's right.
It's like $200 million. That's so much fucking money, dude.
Well, how often do you hear Bieber on the radio, right? Every fucking day, at least for like, so yeah.
It says.
Well, you're in Canada. They have to pay 70%.
That's right. Yeah,
the radio has to be Canadian.
I love
Go
it.
on, Johnny, what?
$200 million for his catalog of everything released before 2022. That includes publishing and royalties. It was the largest deal of his generation, apparently, or one of the largest deals of his generation.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like me.
Maybe because we've heard like the Beatles selling for like $1 billion or some crazy number, right?
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson famously bought them out from under Paul McCartney.
Yep.
That's so crazy. Imagine if someone came in and bought all my specials out from under me. And I'm like, what, dude? No.
It was literally like Paul tells the story. He's like, they were talking on the phone, and he was like, "Hey, Paul, what you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about buying me music rights to the Beatles." And he says, this is the quote that Paul always says. He goes, I may do that myself." And Paul thought he was joking. And then it comes out like a month later, he's got competition, and it's Michael Jackson.
That's
Isn't that
amazing.
crazy?
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
He just stone cold told him to his
Yeah.
face. He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna swipe those from you, homie." Shit.
But you know, when I was young, you know, my first like Hollywood like experience in terms of like content was like, I think it was the Saturday or Wednesday night lineup on NBC, which had like Different Strokes and
Sure.
all them.
Oh yeah.
And the girl on Different Strokes, this is when we started to learn about like we looked at these childhood stars as just train wrecks,
Sure.
and to the point it was a joke, right? It was a
Yep.
joke.
Yep.
And then she goes on Howard Stern and he rips her so badly
Oh
that
yeah.
the next day she kills
She
herself.
killed herself. Yeah, that's actually a really sad fucking story.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is super sad, but we didn't
Yeah.
have an understanding of this until much later and what she was going through. And then you kind of look at Shirley Temple, who kind of came out of it like as normal as you could be, as far as we could tell. And like she tells the craziest fucking stories
Oh, no doubt.
about showing her and her mom showing up to like office meetings and then putting her mom in one meeting, one room, and her in another room. She walks in the room, the guy's buck naked. She can't stop laughing at him. The mom, they get in the car. She tells her mom starts laughing because the same thing happened to her. And we're just like, damn, dude.
No, I mean, the recent one is the Drake Bell on Nickelodeon with Dan Schneider and all that. That one's
Yeah.
recent, and I wonder if Justin's gonna come out like that, or if anyone's gonna be as open as Drake was. When I was watching that Drake Nickelodeon thing, I was like, what the fuck? Because you watch this as a kid and
But
you're like kind of
Drake
jealous.
Bell went on to do shady shit to other people.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
her
yeah, he
people
did the whole
hurt
thing.
people.
Yeah, hurt people. Yeah.
That's facts. I mean, you can't get away from that.
Listen, here's my theory, dude. Okay. Because,
Yeah.
like, if you don't have kids and you're in children's entertainment,
Bit of
You're
a
a
red
little
flag.
weird.
A little red flag there
A
for
little
sure.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I mean, you can say, well, that's where the money is, but it's like,
If you're at Disney with no kids,
Mhm.
I'm
At this
sorry,
point,
dude.
look, it might not be fair, but that is how we got to look at it now because of all the shit. And there's a few bad apples, as they say. But at this point, it's like, yeah.
yeah,
you know,
at least go with your girlfriend. You can't be a male dude or two
Just
male
a
dudes at Disney,
single
and you gotta
dude.
have
Yeah.
a girlfriend.
man.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, why are you? I mean, like, unless you're like, I get it because you think it's lucrative, but it's just really weird to me when you like it gets into like these drag queens who want to read the books to kids. It's like, I have children. I love my kids.
Yeah.
I have no interest in entertaining other people's children. If they hang out with my kids, you know,
I feel
Talking
you.
guys though,
Kids
mostly,
are
right?
hella
Because
annoying.
women,
yeah,
have
men,
kind of a
men. I'm
maternal
talking
instinct.
men.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask you something? First of all, it's like I like this kind of bottom line with it. A friend of mine said this to me. She's actually a teacher, but she said, "Don't talk to my fucking kid about sex of any variety. How about fuck the trans part of it? Just any. Don't talk to my kid about sex. How about till they're fucking 13, 14? It's like, why are we even going there? I honestly, I got a little conspiracy in my own head, Sam. I don't even think those videos and pictures are real. Of the
Which
trans, the one of the trans reading the kids. Like, do you ever wonder if that's just like who would actually? Who have you ever seen or heard of that in real life? Like,
You're
is that
talking
just
AI. You're talking AI or it's scripted.
scripted?
No, just a
scripted,
photo
like
op.
literally like a
These
photo op.
These
Yeah,
LA
exactly.
moms are a little goofy, I'll say. I mean,
It's like, are these orchestrated events meant to,
They're
make
one.
us
They're one in.
piss?
They're
No.
They're 1 in 10,000. It's one here, and you'll just catch it everywhere. It's like
That's
what Sam
right.
says. It's
I
just
feel
1
you.
in 10,000.
You see at Pride, women take and Pride has some of the filthiest stuff you can imagine here.
Yeah,
in
I've seen
Hollywood.
it. I've seen
and,
it in
and
Toronto.
women bring their children there. I mean,
Yeah.
It's white women, white progressive. Let me
Yeah.
say, because we have a lot of white women who listen to the show, and we love you very
Oh.
much. White progressive women born into just privilege that just have to fight windmills, fight shadows in the cave, and they just want to. They use their children as woke trophies. I'm the most woke. Look at me, my kid.
It's that desperation to have a cause, right? I call us like the causeless generation. So unfortunately, some people find a sport or find a passion, art, and some people find wokeism, unfortunately. And the other side of it, some people find the fucking KKK. It goes both ways, and both sides suck when you go too far. Again, it's that damn pendulum, right? You're going too far.
Yeah.
Stay in the fucking middle lane, homie. That's what I'm trying to. Anyways, I'll tell you, it's not an easy fight.
But here's what I'm gonna say: the KKK sucks, but where are they? They're like in poor areas. They're just gangs for white poor people.
You're right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it's like a gangbanger in the hood and a fucking KKK white trash in Indiana. Nothing against Indiana because I love your black women, but it's the same thing. It's just the same. It's just a group of people trying to come together because they don't feel loved and they need to surround themselves and give themselves purpose. Okay.
Yep.
The wokeness is 10 times worse, in my humble opinion, because it's trying to tell you how to live your life and not like most of these gangs are just like trying to control their life and where they live. Okay.
Yeah, I feel you. on that. I mean, wokeness
I'm not saying that the Klan isn't dog shit, but it's like they're like, oh my God, the Nazis are everywhere. You're like, where? Where are the Nazis? No. I'm in LA. Where are the Nazis? Where are the Nazis?
Well, the Nazis, the new Nazism is wokeism, man. I hate to say it. Who's Zionism. Who is the biggest fucking, who's got the biggest beef with freedom of speech right now? The motherfuckers who created it. I'm trying to get through to these liberal-minded people. And I mean, man, I'm an artist. I wrote 3 novels before I was 30. I do have some liberal ideas. And I'm like, man, y'all are fucking doing it backwards here. Y'all fought for freedom of speech. Now you're trying to take it away. We've lost the script, people. We're losing it. It's gone completely upside down. I was listening to you on Rogan, and you were saying, you can go to the states where they're religious and crack jokes that you couldn't before. Meanwhile, in LA, you can't say a lot of things. There's probably a lot of jokes.
It's the truth, dude. It's the truth.
Isn't that something?
I do this comedy chaos, and depending on the lineup is what I can get away from. Get away with. But if I pack it with too many progressive female comics, and I love them, they're my friends, but their crowd comes with sensitivity.
For sure. For sure.
It's crazy to me.
Unless it's like talking about taking some big black dick or something, right, Sammy?
Then it was so funny. I forgot who I had in the show, but this like drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race decided she wanted to do stand up.
Okay.
And like her whole set was just talking about sucking dick, and the people are like, "Oh God,
brilliant!"
And she was the nicest person. She was really she was really nice.
Yeah.
But it's like just listening to the crowd. And it goes back to my bit about oppression math.
Right.
And how like they calculate, and like nobody will ever share that bit because what I'm talking about, but literally it's like you calculate how much you think those people have been oppressed, and based on that, what you'll let them get away with. And the joke is that at the top of the food chain is a fat black gay midget who can just drop N-bombs, call everybody faggots, and just like light the earth. And dude, and now you just look at all these fat black lesbians that are just crushing in Hollywood right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, real nice people. I hear Lizzo's a real treat to be around.
Well, it's just crazy to me because these, like, I can't tell, like, Fortune Finster is the nicest human being you will ever meet on planet Earth. Like, there is no greater ray of sunshine than literally I'm not lying to you. I tell you, it's like talking to a Care Bear. There's that kind of like energy vibration around her. So she deserves everything she gets. But I can't tell you how many of these woke women out there I hear people just going, that's the biggest bitch I've ever met in my life. I mean,
yeah. No, I know the
crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. Like, we get to this point where we're like, listen, we should be inclusive and we should let everybody in. And then you let them in and there's like no appreciation. And it's just like get nasty with everybody and treat everybody like shit. It's like, it's like, that's what, by the way, if you believe in viruses, and some people on the show don't, but that's what viruses do. That's what parasites do. You invite them in and then they destroy everything around you. That's what it is.
Sucking your livelihood. Yeah. I mean, it's a good analogy, my friend. It's a good analogy. Yeah.
That's what they fucking do. And it's just sad to me that like the level of just like sex magic that goes on. You know, I'm like you, I'm an old school liberal. I don't care what people do. I'm a Christian. I love Christ. I'm dealing with like the label of that, like what I am, because there's some stuff I go, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Is that a new
Christ
thing?
Makes sense to me.
Is that a new thing for you, Sam? The Christ thing, the JC thing?
Well, I knew I'm 51, so I'd say in the last 2 years. So in a weird way, it is new, but it's something I'm dealing, like trying to get. I like Christ, I have no problem with, and his teaching I have no problems with, but the structure of talking to people about Christianity.
Sure.
Because I always get told that you don't interpret the Bible. Yeah, everyone I talk to literally has their own interpretation. Yeah, you talk to five, and listen, this is not picking on Christians at all.
It's any religion, really. They definitely.
It's every religion, and like I would take Christianity over all them. That's just my opinion. I don't have a problem with any of them. I think at the top of all of them is has been infiltrated by dark entities that are trying to control from top down.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to deal with that, but at the end of the day, I don't care what adults do with other adults, consenting adults in their bedrooms.
Don't be telling others. That goes both ways, right? Too. You don't care, and also don't be telling people how to raise their kids or keeping, instructing teachers to hide things from the parents. I mean, these are the things
that's
where
when we start to get into the wokeism, but the conservative side of like wanting less government, except for when it comes to, and this is both sides, by the way, super progressive, super conservative.
Yeah.
Both side, like not wanting the government to tell them what to do in certain ways, except for when it comes to dealing with people they don't like. Then they just want total 100%.
Isn't that
like,
funny? Eh?
Government stepping in. Like, no, I'm libertarian in a lot of ways.
Me too.
Like socially, I'm very libertarian.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. As long as you're not hurting people, and particularly children, you'll never hear a problem from me. The minute you start hurting kids, I'm gonna come in there and take your like fucking.
And there it is. It is, right? No, but I love what you said there, Sam. Freedom of speech is a very easy thing to defend until someone says something you don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like we've forgotten that part of it. It's like, it's not supposed to be fucking easy. We're not all ever going to agree on things, and that's okay.
That's free will, and that's the beauty of it. We're not. Everybody's supposed to. The problem has gotten, and I think I'm starting to see it turn.
I think so too.
The problem is that they weaponized our emotions to think that because somebody doesn't see the world like you, that they're the enemy. And I go, everybody's an ingredient in the stew. Okay. As long as, again, you're not hurting people and not telling people how to live their life, I don't have a problem with you, man. I really don't care. Like, and I'm starting to see it again when we bring up being called a racist or anti-Semitic. I think people are loosening up, and I think most people don't care. Okay, you make fun of me because I'm this, and this. I think on the internet you see people clout chasing, but I think most people are like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I really don't care. Like, people going nuts, and this is Sam speaking, not anybody else, but like, I don't call black people the M word. Okay. I don't do it. It's not my thing. It's like, I just don't enjoy it, and it seems to upset them. So I don't do that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they turned it into some capital punishment that just like, I'm just like, you can't use the word all the time and then get mad when you hear the word. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to play this game with you. It's like it's in
songs. It's in popular songs, and if a guy accidentally slips up and sings the word,
oh my God, Johnny, I was actually saying to my chat, my live stream the other night, yesterday, I swear to God, I said, as a white man who loves hip hop, you do two memorizations. You memorize the words, but you also memorize where the N bombs are, and so you don't say them. So you're like, so I'll be listening to a song, and you'll have that queued up, so you know. Oh no, got to cut it off here.
Yeah,
Interesting double standard. It's
Well,
become
because they
this
think they're
one.
gonna get their asses kicked.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
feel like if you
You
buy
be-
the song, you should be able to sing it the way they sold it to you.
Well,
You
no,
know,
dude,
it's-
that's a great idea. Nas made an album called "Have,"
That's insane.
but
Yeah,
you know, so I
yeah.
had that bit where I did my pronouns, and it blew up.
Yeah.
And like most people thought it was hilarious, and then there was that small group of people that got really angry. And I
Always.
would have black people go, "Why don't you say this in a black room?" I go, "Why? What do you think's going to happen? Is it going to be a racial stereotype? Is that what you think's going to happen?" And they get really quiet.
Oh fuck!
Right?
Oh, fuck.
And then I would do it in front of black people, and nobody would say everything, because anybody with a sane mind knows I'm calling myself it. You can't be racist against yourself.
Look, it's a fucking joke. It's called fucking comedy, people.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some of us still know, Sam. Some of us still know. Here in Canada, there's few and far between, but some of
Well,
us.
I was just in Austin, dude, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna drop an N bomb on Kill Tony, but it was my first time on there in forever, so I didn't want to press it. But I was about to drop one.
No.
got its limits, man.
No,
just
I mean,
been
not
starting
that
to
I
get into
saw.
that.
I mean, dude, Hans Kim was doing rape jokes. Like,
Man.
Tony was saying faggot. I mean, like, again, the best way to kill the M word is for old white guys to say it. That's the best way to kill like, dude, nothing kills a brand more than old white guys doing it or homeless people doing it. That's it.
Good point.
Right?
Look, iDubbbz, OG iDubbbz, if you're familiar with that guy, he used to have a little term that he called his fans, and he backed down from it. But he used to say it's either all good or none of it's good. And I do kind of subscribe to that as a writer, as someone who, uses words to get through this fucking life. And it's a great way to trick people into thinking you're smart, Sam, if you're good with words.
Well,
fuck me. And so, but it's either all good or none of it is. But now even he's backed away from that. He's apologized. And it's like, fuck.
I can't stand people who close doors behind them. I can't stand that shit. Yeah. It's annoying as fuck, especially these comics who made their bones being edgy. Now they're like, feelings. We gotta worry about people's feelings. Like, fuck you, dude.
They got some PR person that just came from a Diddy party, probably whispering in their ear, like, no, you can't say, you got to apologize for that because you're a bad person for that.
Listen, any comedian, not any, but most comedians, particularly white comedians over the age 35, their views in the world are calcified, and they all them that grew up in the edgy, like, liberal world now automatically look like the right is always the oppressors. No, and doesn't matter that the pendulum has swung and now it's the left. They can't come to grips with that. They just cannot understand that now the censorship's coming from the other side, because they grew up with the religious right doing all the fucking censorship, and they can't come to grips with it. That's now it's flipped.
Yeah,
that's 100%
that too. Like with Twitter, so many. I heard Bill Maher the other day saying, and I'm a apologist for Bill Maher in some ways, but the other day he was saying that Twitter has turned into a mirror of what it used to be. Now it's like a right-wing cesspool or something. But what really happens is all the voices that were suppressed for years and years were allowed to finally be heard, and the left-wing people just took their balls and went home. I can't tell you how many people I followed that just said, "Listen, guys, I just can't take it. I'm leaving Twitter now." All of those
muffins.
They abandoned it
muffins.
Because you can't. Your ideas can't stand criticism. That's why. If you really believe in something, sit in the fucking pocket and answer the criticism.
Oh yeah.
Answer it all the time.
You should relish that opportunity to sharpen your idea.
I can't tell you how many people call me controlled ops. Call me this, call me that. I go, where? Explain it. Explain to me how I'm controlled op. Explain it to me. And they never have anything, because I'm not afraid, dude. These guys know me, dude. I'm just a dude who fucking love conspiracies, create a show, and people resonate with it. Listen, and I'm not complaining. Take a look at my special drop. See how many of my friends have fucking tweeted about it. None. Not one of them. Right.
I mean,
none of these big guys.
We have.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny and Tim, like, yeah, the people on my show. All
the
these
people you
Hollywood
pay.
faggots. All these Hollywood faggots. How many have tweeted about it?
None.
Not one. All the controlled op people. How many have tweeted about it? Not one. Not one retweeted it. None of them have done anything. If I'm controlled op, how come all the people you think are controlled op haven't fucking promoted my special? Now, I'm not complaining because I just don't care. Right. But it's like,
yeah.
What have I gotten out of this that you think I'm a controlled op?
No, because I get what you mean. When you're controlled op, you're part of a team. So you would be part of their team that you got to be like, hey, can you retweet it? Because we need Sam special to push whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Now, when it goes public, maybe they will. But right now, nobody's tweeting it. Nobody.
I got a pretty good eye for that sort of thing. You are not controlled op. That would have never fucking crossed my mind, to be honest.
What do I got to go off on for you to go, okay, this guy talks a lot of shit?
No, you know how you know? It's because you have nuance. Just even having this combo with you, Sam, and I hope we can have another one because I'm fucking having a blast. It's already been an hour and what? Fuck. Oh shit. You got to go soon, homie. But look, it's like you have nuance. That's how you tell if a controlled op. It's like if someone's just like, look, I'll give you a fucking classic controlled op. There's this lady in Canada who said "death to Canada" at a pro-Palestinian protest last week. She said, "Death to Canada, death to America, death to Israel." I'm like, no person in the right fucking mind would get up on a play in Canada and say that shit. But she did because, you know, I'm not going to finish my thought there, but she's obviously controlled op. I mean, Jesus.
What is your take on October 7th and all that stuff?
It seems amazing that they are able to shoot down rockets with a 99% accuracy, but some guys in paragliders made it through. They also had a 40-page document about the attack that Egypt gave them a year before. I don't know. It's a little sus.
Every time someone tweets about the rapes and the hostages and return the hostages and this ends up, I say, I tweet this to them with Ben Swann's how did October 7th happen link. This is all you got to say to people. And if you're at home listening to this, write these things. I say this, I tweet this all the time. Study the Clean Break Report. Study a strategy for Israel in the 1980s. Study Project for a New American Century. Study the Mass Hannibal Directive. Study this one I just learned, the Daya Doctrine. And the Daya Doctrine is Israel's belief that to go overhanded with the response to demoralize the population so they turn on their leaders. That's their art of war. Okay. Look up the Gaza 2035 project. Look up the Ben Gurion
Canal, my friend. Yes,
and look up the Greater Israel Project. Look up all those, and you see that Netanyahu's fingerprints are all over everything. Netanyahu was brought in to fulfill prophecies, and now he is completely and utterly politically dead. And he's an animal in the corner, and he's going to burn down everything before he goes out. And he's trying to get the third temple built, and he's trying to get the Greater Israel Project going, and that's what he's doing right now.
He also had been charged with fraud and corruption right before those attacks. No one talks about that shit anymore because you're kind of frankly not even allowed to fucking say it, but it's true. He is a criminal. Anyways.
No, you're totally fucking right, dude. He's a criminal. And it's like, dude, if you actually, and I don't want to go into uncomfortable places with you, but I'm going to say it myself. But if you study the Holocaust, there's a really good chance that the Jews in the Holocaust were Orthodox Jews. They weren't Zionist Jews. They wanted to, because the Jews in Europe didn't want to move to Israel. They're like, why do I want to move there when it's fucking gorgeous here and I got a great life? And they're like, okay, bring out the monster.
Yeah.
And everyone runs to Israel. And there's a big belief that October 7th is a part of that. Now, I've asked Ben Swan when he's on the show, do you think Israel survives this? And my question, it's a really hard question because the international banking community it uses Israel. And I think, this is based on a discussion we had with Jay Dyer, is I think that Israel is just a colony or a base for the British Empire. And
Sure.
I'm starting to think America is too. That Saudi Arabia and Israel are there to control the region.
What's that guy? Jimmy Carr said it, right? Fucking empires don't crumble, they just mutate, right? Italy became a church, Britain became a bank. And I think there's a lot of I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at all that stuff, it's very clear that you have maybe a bit of a BRICS versus the American dollar. You could even take it to, right? And I mean,
Oh yeah, dude.
Israel's
That's
the
a
front
good point.
the front line for that is Ukraine and Israel. And people keep asking me when's World War III starting. I'm like, man, we in it, dog. Like
We in it.
the
We in
his-
it.
We in it, dog.
the history,
up.
like history always denies. Like you look at like Germans were in. I'll tell you what Germany was doing before World War II broke out in America is they were taking out bridges, fucking with trains, fucking with chemical plants, and fucking with food supply.
Oh shit.
Does that sound familiar at all? I don't know.
Oh shit, dude. Really? They were doing
Yeah.
that here?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Those 4 fucking things specific where you just see it again and again. Chicken farm, 100,000 chickens dead, 100,000 pigs dead, flooding, fucking bridge, boom. And and you say these things and people jump down my throat, eh? Hey, Sammy? They go, oh, you fucking fearmonger. I'm like, okay, man, just fucking wait. I hate that. I'm gonna enjoy the told you so, but I mean, it's gonna suck.
But here's the
Does that
problem. They
mean-
never remember. They just keep moving on. They don't care
Yeah.
about scores. They're just like,
Yeah.
I got everything. I mean, dude, my girlfriend, who I love with all my heart, even though she drives me nuts, right? I love her. She can't stop watching Rachel Maddow. I could get everything wrong for the next 2 years and still have a better batting average than Rachel Maddow. And I'm not afraid to admit I'm wrong. Like Johnny, I kind of got wrong the Elon Musk rocket going back down. I mean, based on the videos people sent me, it looked like that was real because it looked fake.
Bro, the internet's a
like
fucking
reverse.
there's landmine out there, man. So much of shit is altered, taken out of context, straight up faked with AI now. We are out here trying to decipher what's real, and it's only gonna get worse, man. I gotta tell you, we're one step away from deep fakes of like Putin saying, I launched the nuke.
No,
like,
that's already. I think they have that. I think they have that video ready if they want to have it. If they want to pull
yeah,
it.
that's horrific.
I don't know what the answer is either. I mean, as Sam says he's kind of a libertarian. I am a libertarian, and
Oh, you're the most real guy on the show.
what I mean is like I am strongly committed to the ideas of limited government, bordering on anarchy, and I can scarcely think of a way to do this without some kind of regulation.
Well, good thing Newsom block recent regulation attempts. Actually, if I'm being, if I remember correctly, I think that happened like recently. They were trying to put like some oversight on AI development. Newsom's like, no, don't do that.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't, and I don't think I'd ever support the regulations. But in my head, I'm thinking, where. I mean, what can you think of, Sam, that would be a solution to this? Because you're never going to get the anarchists, and the people like me who want to see everything burn, to agree to rein.
Here's what I think is going to happen.
Fair.
Here's what I think what's going to happen. We're going to revert to manufacturing systems of when people didn't know what was going on around the world until somebody rode by on a horse yelling the British are coming. Okay. We're going to go back to 1500 Russian peasants that didn't learn anything probably in their whole life because nobody was getting them until the newspaper came. I'm just telling you, I think you're always going to have young people on the internet because it's fun and new. I'm figuring out a way to get off all this, dude.
Are you saying by choice, Sam? I'm sorry. Are you saying by choice?
Okay. Yeah. I think people are going to start getting over the information. You'll have a couple people you trust, and then you're going to move the fuck on. And I think people are going to be over it. I think the internet killed. I think there's some moments in history where you go, in our country's history, where you go, this changed America. And we all agree on most of them, which is JFK assassination, Pearl Harbor, 9/11. But I'm going to tell you one that really changed America. that nobody talks about, and that was Hillary Clinton kneecapping Bernie Sanders in the primary, because that became the first time that the elites were like, oh, out in the open going, fuck you.
Yeah.
We do what we want to. And like that started to destroy the DNC. And then you saw the DNC just go, fuck it. We're going full on neocon. We make no illusions of who we are anymore. And that was a really big moment, because that moment destroyed the internet. The 2015,
Interesting.
that's when we lost the internet and how great it was, which was the free flow of ideas. They're
Right.
like, whoa, we got to lock this down.
That's
They
right.
are talking too much. Clink, 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 clink.
Getting too close. Well, you know, and think about this, man. Think about how quick there's something to this. This is gonna be a nice full circle moment, because, like, I remember, like I said, I did my homework. I checked out your Rogan interview, and when you said they're gonna put Kamala in, this was only 3 months ago. Rogan was like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They would never do that. And I listened to it today, and I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, people didn't want to accept it. But it's like they did it. They went and did it. And then the polls come out saying she's, and I'm like, oh my God, man, we're living in a circus. This isn't real. What is real anymore?
We're battling sorcery, dude. It's like, dude, I say this all the time, so it's not new to listeners, but it might be new to you. I am not lying to you when I tell you we're up against fucking Doctor Strange level sorcery. They are manipulating energy. Here's the problem, dude. You can start to see they know it's so bad when Saturday Night Live starts just teeing off on her.
No shit.
But,
no shit.
dude,
That's a good point.
They're trying to make it close. Even Ben Swan, who I think is one of the best journalists working today,
Yeah.
he did something on one of his shows where he's like, polls are showing she's up by 1. It's like, dog, you know better. You know better.
Fuck
you
the
know
polls.
better.
We
Those
give up. You gotta
Nobody.
give Trump like a 5-point handicap on any mainstream poll, pretty much. Like at this point, any.
So Brad Binkley did something where Kamala Harris and Donald Trump both used the same like arena.
Yeah.
For
Chicago,
in
I think.
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, the same arena to hold a rally. So he recorded how far Trump's went, and he went for 5 minutes. He was just walking, filming it. The walk was 5 minutes long. He did Kamala Harris's, not even a minute.
Jesus.
Not even a minute long. It's an illusion that this is close. They have to make you believe it, because by all accounts, they're going to try to take Pennsylvania. They're going to try to flip Pennsylvania, which is super interesting, because now you see the Democrats are now coming out going, they're going to try to rig the election. They're going to try to rig it. They're going to tell you that they're going to try to steal it. You go, oh, so you're accusing your enemy of what you're doing right now.
A little bit of projection,
which is mysticism and manifestation, dude.
Yo, man, I mean, listen, I definitely, I'll say this, and I know you're on a spiritual journey, and I want to just say this to you, man. Fucking good job. That shit's not easy. I've had my own battles with, the Bolivian marching powder and all that shit, man, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So good for you, bro. I'm sure you don't hear it enough. It's not fucking easy. But my spirituality is coming as well. I don't know if I'm full in on the mysticism shit, but I will say this. They did destroy a lot of bells after World War II in Germany.
Bro, what?
You know what I'm saying? So I know there's stuff, the vibrations.
Dude.
Havana syndrome, man. They got the weapons to microwave our brains already. They already tested them out on us, man. Waiting for that day. That's why I came out here to the ocean. I live in a tiny home. It's basically like it's a shed basically, but they finished it up inside. I'm right by the ocean. I got like my Corolla for a quick getaway. I can hop on my neighbor's boat when the fucking microwave machine comes, because I'm hoping.
Sam, man, we got to get a boat.
That's it. Boat. It's funny. I was thinking on that. Like the boat's the last way you can really travel anonymously now. So like, I'm like less close, but I mean, maybe the tsunami is going to take me out, though. I don't know. I guess everything's got its risk.
You want to be on the ocean if there's a tsunami, because it's just the swell. You just ride the swell.
Fair. Interesting. Okay.
Hey, quick question. Still on Kamala. What are your thoughts on her going on Rogan's and maybe doing 2 hours? Is that doable? Is that all talk?
Did he invite her on? Oh
no, she's in negotiation, they say. But listen, dude.
That'd be a bold move.
Is a smart man,
Yep.
And people are going to give him shit. There's like, there's no way he's going to interview her. Yeah, because he doesn't want to get assassinated. Okay. Like,
Jesus.
dude, that's why when you go to his club, there's 0 dark 30 everywhere. You know, there's Navy SEALs everywhere because he knows what
shit.
he's up against, dude. I mean, people got to understand that, dude. And I'm going to get you, oh, he's controlled op. I talk to the guy every day. He's a human. At the center of this juggernaut is a human being with feelings, bringing experiences that shape his view of the world. And he works through it, dude. He works through it. I mean,
he's got nuance too. That's how you like, again, there's a guy who posts pictures of the veal meat he's eating every damn day, but he actually supports maybe a new way of getting meat, processed because he's got his own thoughts, which means he's not controlled up. Fuck.
And he's human.
It's
and
just a lazy way, right?
The human, dude. It's just some people can't come to grips.
Well, they want to categorize things, successful. Right? It's like, let me categorize you so I can fucking discredit you and write you off. You're right. Yo, you think that you're racist, homophobic, controlled up, yada, yada. And then it's like, oh, okay. So my opinion doesn't matter. Great. Got it. Thanks. Yeah. I'm not that,
so
by
crazy
the way.
to me. It's so crazy to me, dude. So crazy to me. John, it was a great conversation. I love having these shows where we just riff and just talk shit. And it's like, these are some of my favorite shows. So, dude, you are crushing it on the internet. It's like so cool to see. Congratulations on that. So one more time, tell them where they can find you.
Okay, look, I'm on the Insta. You've probably seen this ugly mug there. We're trying to beef the YouTube up numbers because I want those fuckers to send me a plaque. So if y'all want to support,
they never sent me my plaque.
Of course, they fucking didn't.
You got to send them some contact info, Sam. That's
news,
what they're asking for
news updates for real with the 4 guys. News updates for real. I got a podcast, Johnny, where I interviewed Spike Cohen. You might be familiar with him, Libertarian vice presidential candidate in 2021.
Yeah, what do you think about the ticket for the Libertarians? I'm curious.
Who is it? I don't even know this here.
What's his name? He's
Vermin Supreme.
No. He's like a what would you say? A queer activist, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pissed a lot of people off.
I don't know anything about it, but I know that's a tough party to get any traction with right now in America. I think
they're
Spike,
all the wild ones, dude.
Yeah,
you're getting all the wild ones. You're trying to herd cats.
Yeah,
Spike Cohen is
Spike
Cohen is a Jewish American. He's actually the one who brought up that paraglider October 7th thing to me. And so I'll just add that for some context. But I mean, I've had Robert O'Neill, Tim Kennedy, Bryce Mitchell. I debated religion with Bryce Mitchell for an hour on my podcast. No one knows about it because the internet works in mysterious ways. But those are all out there, up for grabs. Go check that shit out, guys. And fuck Sam, Johnny. Fuck, I forget your other name, buddy. What's the other guy?
Xavier Guerrero.
Xavier.
He's
Thank
their
you, guys.
Mexican AI. He's not even real, dude. Can you believe that's AI?
It's fucking top tier AI right there.
Yeah, it's the worst AI ever. We got it.
Home Depot AI.
Market. Yeah,
Home Depot AI.
Straight up, I feel like we could probably keep going for like 2 hours. So yeah, we'll be in touch, boys. I'd love to talk again.
I'm gonna give you my number and then we'll talk and